All right, so welcome everybody to the morning meeting. We are talking today about how to use stories to grow your agency. So there's an adage that says, and a lot of sales people teach this, a lot of sales coaches, sales mentors, and gurus, they all talk about this. It's the principle that people will buy with emotion and justify those purchases based on logic. So I've been posting a couple of questions into our Facebook group here about this very specific topic. Do you know your story? And generally, most people say yes, they are. They are aware of their own story and they do understand where the story comes in. Now, when I posted the other question of, what happens about the when I posted the buying with emotion, selling with justifying with value, I actually got an interesting response. Let me bring that post up a moment and let me go over some of this. All right, so one person actually replied that they know somebody who teaches this and they know that's what all these sales experts say and it's validated in research, but there are times that they have tried to that if they really emotionally wanted something but didn't buy it because logic didn't back up making the purchase. So the thing is, all right, the example I gave to respond to this is actually that yes, when a purchase is made, it doesn't always meet both ends of the spectrum. So the first thing that needs to happen is there has to be that creation of an emotional response. So let's take a different industry here for a second. Let's talk about real estate. Your real estate agent knows exactly what it is you're looking for because all the groundwork has been done. You've talked about it in detail. You've given a price range. You've done all of this. So they're going to take you to the houses that they think fit what you're looking for, and in the process, they are going to um, they're 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 going to eventually find something that you're going to like. So what happens? You go to this house, and what's one of the more common things that are said? Well, oh, I love this house. You've been sold at that moment. Okay, that's just it. You have made the sale has happened for you emotionally. You fell in love. That's the wonder. I fell in love with the house as soon as I saw it. Okay. So that strong emotional response is what's going to drive it. Okay. So now, does that mean you're going to get the house? Well, not always. There's a lot of other factors that get involved in this. So when we're talking about, the second part of the equation, which is justifying the purchase with logic. Well, let's take the same example. So your real estate agents worked so hard, so diligently. Everything is perfect. You fell in love with the house. The sale is essentially made emotionally, but the process moves on. Now you've got your home inspectors. Now you've got other people coming in and they find the foundation's cracked, maybe the roof needs to be repaired. So everything that would justify actually making the purchase is being taken out of the equation. So even though we've created the right emotional response, we failed to meet the second part of the criteria, which is the part that creates that justification, that logical justification that says, here we are, and created that sale. So where does this fit into home care? Well, this is where understanding your story, and it's not just home care, it's really in any service business where you have an intangible item. Real estate's a great example because you have a tangible item there. I love the house. I've grown an emotional attachment. I can see myself in this house. Okay, so when you have an intangible product like home care services, how do you create that same strong emotional response? Well, you do it with stories. Okay. So understand, what is your story? So I'm going to share a couple of the people in the group. There's a couple of stories that were shared with us. I'm not going to say names, but these stories are actually exemplify a lot of stories I've heard throughout my career. So, working as a caregiver for many years, becoming a nurse, wanted to help provide quality care in a more intimate setting and not have clients feel like their care is rushed. Knowing that people tend to thrive more in a home care setting, I started my agency and vowed to provide quality care to those in needs. That is fantastic. Okay. Did my, oh my, okay. That is fantastic. That right there is creating an emotional connection while driving home value. So let's break this down. Where is where is the emotional connection that is being created? Well, you're telling your story, your own journey. So worked as a caregiver for many years and then became a nurse. So now you're showing personal growth and you're showing, a start point, like where humble beginnings, where did we begin? So I wanted to provide quality care in a more intimate setting. So now I'm reaching out to you and I understand your needs. Okay. So I am taking your story, well, your needs, and wrapping it into my own story and creating an instant emotional connection. All right. So, and not having clients feel like they're rushed, their care is rushed. That is actually already a big complaint that clients have. And someone who's worked as a caregiver or worked in this industry for a while or any caregiver setting will understand this. Have been there. I have been in the trenches with you, and I understand your plight long before it became a plight. You see, we're creating a deep emotional connection. We are creating understanding, instant rapport. And all throughout this process, we're also bringing in elements of the second part. How do you justify the expense? Well, how are we justifying it? Because we have seen all the mistakes everyone else makes and we wanted to be better. We wanted to provide you more. Okay. And being able to mix these two elements, and to tie them together and create compassion, create rapport, and create that connection with you and who you're speaking to. And all the while showing how they're going to benefit and you're going to create value while doing this. All of this creates that perfect storm that will always lead to more referrals, will always lead to better intakes, and most importantly, a higher conversion rate of more signed clients. Understanding that you need to make these connections while exemplifying the value that you're bringing is what's going to create this. So let us know in the comments below, how is your story, or how are you using your story to create a better environment and to better communicate and create that emotional connection and justifying the purchase and therefore growing your business. So depending on where you're watching this or listening to it, if you are watching the replay on YouTube or if you are listening to the rebroadcast on our podcast, please don't forget to leave us a positive review, a comment below, let us know what you think and how we can better help you. Also, don't forget to subscribe and follow for more great content. And again, we'll see you next time. Thank you for joining us.